Hello, grade 12. I'm going to show you the summaries of your number patterns for grade 12. So if you look at this, first one here would be the quadratic number patterns. And in grade 11, they teach you that. So there's two different ways of doing it. I always work with the one on the left side. Then you sit with your arithmetic patterns, which is the same as what we did in grade 9, 10, and 11. But then we actually called it linear patterns, and in grade 12, you just name it arithmetic patterns. Further than that, we're going to look at the geometric patterns, sum of infinity, converge, and sigma notation. So all of this would be the summaries of number patterns, and if you want to download it, you can go to my website, www.mathshomeworkhelp.co.za, and you can either subscribe there. That's only R100 a month, and when you subscribe there, you can download the summaries for free. And well, it's R100 a month. Some of the summaries there are actually for free that you can download. Now I'm going to show you some examples of number patterns. So let's look at the first one here. Right, let's move it. An example of a grade 11 one, the quadratic one. Now, when I teach this, I always tell my pupils that the first thing you do is you go and write it down like this. Help you to sort of structure yourself when you do number patterns. The first one is a 2, the second one is a 9, third one is 20, then 35, and then 54. Now, if you look at the summaries, you will see that you are either going to sit with a constant difference, and that's when you work with a D, or you're going to sit with a constant ratio. So with a D, you have to check if term 2 minus term 1 is equal to term 3 minus term 2. With a constant ratio, that's for the exponential patterns, you try and see that whether you divide term 2 and term 1 and whether it will be equal to term 3 divided by term 2. But with a quadratic number pattern, you sit with constant difference on the second level. Let me go back to some white color. You don't have red all the time. So the first thing here, I'm going to figure out what is my difference. It's very important to remember that you always take the second one minus the first one. So if there's like minuses, that you don't get confused. So if there are minuses, just grab your calculator. So it's 9 minus 2 is 7, and then you say 20 minus 9 is 11, 35 minus 20 is your 15, and that would be your 19. If you look at the constant difference here, 11 minus 7 will give you 4 every single time. So when I do this, I write down my formula as follows. I say 2a is equal to the second difference, and this you must memorize. It's not on the formula sheet. 3a plus b is equal to the first difference. A plus b plus c is equal to the first term. So write down these formulas, and remember there's more than one way of teaching this. Some teachers work with other formulas where they then subtract. So I don't subtract the equations because I'm scared, if there's minuses, we will mess it up. So I write it down next to each other. I just have then second one, and I sub in that. So then you'll get your b is equal to 1. And the last one would be A plus B plus C, which is equal to the first term. Sub in again, B is 1, and then your C value will be equal to negative. Lastly, you sub it in to the formula an squared plus bn plus c. It's also a formula of the parabola. Your a value is 2, the b value is 1, you don't have to write the 1, and c is negative 1. So this then is a quadratic formula, arithmetic pattern. They sometimes like asking it like this, where they would say, these are the first 3 terms of an arithmetic. If they say that, then you know that you are going to work with a D, a constant difference. 100 Rand a month, you can subscribe to my website where there's many past lessons. For this one, let me just show you how. So to find the D, I'm going to take the second term. You see, this is the first term. This one will be the second term, and that one will be the third term. So to find x, the value of x, we're going to say the second term minus, and now you have to put in brackets, must be equal to the third term minus the second term. And if you simplify all of this, you will have that your x is equal to negative 1. Now you can actually sub in. If x is negative 1, we now have the actual first 3 terms. So if x is negative 1, that's going to be negative 4 plus 2, so that would be negative 2. Sub in into the next formula, and you should get negative 8 and negative 14. Now, what we are going to do, we're going to look at the D value. Find the value of x, and then write down the value of the first 3 terms. So what you would do then, you would say, therefore, it's negative 2, negative 8, negative 14. In the last question here says determine the nth term. The term n is a plus n minus 1 multiplied with a d. To find the constant difference here, please make sure that you take the second one minus the first one. So it's actually negative 8 plus 2, which is negative 6. The first term is negative 2. And then you multiply this in. That would give you negative 6n plus 6. So the general formula is negative 6n plus 4. Right, that's your term. Okay, so go to the website if you want to subscribe for some